morning. Welcome to Marathon County Public Library's Story Time. My name is Miss Laura, and I have Mr. Baird here to help me out this morning. We are going to read some stories about colors and drawing and crayons. It's going to be a very colorful story time today. Before we get started, we'll have to sing our welcome song. So let's get our hands ready. We're going to say hello and friends. Take your pointer fingers, one on top of the other, and flip them over like that. Okay? Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Hello. And Mr. Bear says hello too. Hello. He's holding some bread here because he is going to do a toast song later on, and he wanted some visual cues here for his bread. So, Mr. Bear will be doing that later, but first we've got to read our first story. And this is one of my favorites. It's called The Day the Crayons Quit. We've got a bunch of crayons here and they are not happy. Let's see what happens in The Day the Crayons Quit. One day in class, Duncan went to take out his crayons and found a stack of letters with his name on them. First letter, let's see, I think this first letter is from the red crayon because all the pictures are red. It says, "Hey Duncan, it's me, Red Crayon. We need to talk. You make me work harder than any of your other crayons. All year long, I wear myself out coloring fire engines, apples, strawberries, and everything else that's red. I even work on holidays. I have to color all the Santas at Christmas and all the hearts at Valentine's Day. I need a rest. Your overworked friend, Red Crayon." If you look there, you can see he's looking pretty tired. Poor Red Crayon. Okay, let's see what the next one is. Let's see, we've got a purple dragon and a purple wizard. I think our color is purple. It says, "Dear Duncan, all right, listen. I love that I'm your favorite crayon for grapes, dragons, and wizards' hats. But it makes me crazy that so much of my gorgeous color goes outside the lines. If you don't start coloring inside the lines soon, I'm going to completely lose it. Your very neat friend, Purple Crayon." And he's pretty angry. He really likes neat coloring. All right, let's see. Who's this sad crayon here? It looks kind of brown, but it's actually the beige crayon. Let's see what the beige crayon has to say. "Dear Duncan, I'm tired of being called light brown or dark tan because I am neither. I am beige and I'm proud. I'm also tired of being second place to Mr. Brown Crayon. It's not fair that Brown gets all the bears, ponies, and puppies, while the only things I get are turkey dinners if I'm lucky, and wheat. And let's be honest, when was the last time you saw a kid excited about coloring wheat? Your beige friend, Beige Crayon." And that's what he's looking at right there is a little piece of wheat. Poor beige crayon. Whoa, all right, which color is this? We've got an elephant and a hippo and a rhino. I think it's gray. Okay, Duncan, Gray Crayon here, you're killing me. I know you love elephants and I know that elephants are gray, but that's a lot of space and color to color all by myself. And don't even get me started on rhinos, hippos, and humpback whales. You know how tired I am after handling all those things? Such big animals. You know, baby penguins are gray, and so are tiny rocks, pebbles. How about one of those once in a while to give me a break? Your very tired friend, Gray Crayon." There he is, and he's with a little baby penguin and some pebbles. He's hoping that he can convince him to draw some smaller things. Okay, this one's tricky. What color do you think this crayon is? You see a little face, and you don't see any other color. It's the white crayon. "Dear Duncan, you color with me, but why? Most of the time, I'm the same color as the page you're using me on, white. If I didn't have a black outline, you wouldn't even know I was there. I'm not even in the rainbow. I'm only used to color snow or to fill in empty space between other things, and it leaves me feeling, well, empty. We need to talk. Your empty friend, White Crayon." And there's his face. See, you can't even see him because he's on a white background. Poor guy. Okay, Here is, we've got a black beach ball, a black rainbow, it's the black crayon. He says, "Hi, Duncan. I hate being used to draw the outline of things that are colored in by other colors, all of which think they're brighter than me. It's not fair when you use me to draw a nice beach ball and then fill in the colors of the ball with all the other crayons. How about a black beach ball sometime? Is that too much to ask? Your friend, Black Crayon." So, black beach ball, black rainbow, not something that you see very often. All right, what color do we have here? Dinos, alligators, trees. I think it's green. Dear Duncan, as green crayon, I am writing for 2 reasons. One is to say that I like my workloads of crocodiles, trees, dinosaurs, and frogs. I have no problems and wish to congratulate you on a very successful coloring things green career so far. The second reason I write is for my friends Yellow Crayon and Orange Crayon, who are no longer speaking to each other. Both crayons feel they should be the color of the sun. Please settle this soon because they're driving the rest of us crazy. Your happy friend, Green Crayon. So Green Crayon is happy with his coloring, but he's worried about his friends who are yellow and orange. All right, looks like Yellow is the first one up to talk about their problems. Dear Duncan, Yellow Crayon here. I need you to tell Orange Crayon that I am the color of the sun. I would tell him, but we are no longer speaking. And I can prove I'm the color of the sun too. Last Tuesday, you used me to color in the sun on your Happy Farm coloring book. In case you've forgotten, it's on page 7. You can't miss me. I'm shining down brilliantly on a field of yellow corn. Your pal and the true color of the sun, Yellow Crayon. So there's the yellow sun that he drew. There's the Orange Crayon looking not very happy. Let's see what Orange Crayon has to say. Here he is. Dear Duncan, I see Yellow Crayon already talk to you, the big whiner. Anyway, could you please tell Mr. Tattletale that he is not the color of the sun? I would, but we're no longer speaking. We both know I am clearly the color of the sun because on Thursday you used me to color the sun on both the Monkey Island and the Meet the Zookeeper pages in your Day at the Zoo coloring book. Orange, you glad I'm here? Ha! Your pal and the real color of the sun, Orange Crayon. And see, there it is. Orange sun on both of those pages. What color do we have here? We've got water, a river, clouds and rain. It looks like it's blue. Dear Duncan, it has been great being your favorite color this past year, and the year before, and the year before that. I've really enjoyed all those oceans, lakes, rivers, raindrops, rain clouds, and clear skies. But the bad news is that I am so short and stubby, I can't even see over the railing in the crayon box anymore. You need a break. Your very stubby friend, Blue Crayon. And if you look closely, there's poor little Blue Crayon. It's very short. What do we have next? We have a pink dinosaur and a pink monster. It's the pink crayon. Duncan, okay, listen here, kid. You have not used me once in the past year. It's because you think I'm a girl's color, isn't it? Speaking of which, please tell your little sister I said thank you for using me to color in her Little Princess coloring book. I think she did a fabulous job of staying inside the lines. Now, back to us. Could you please use me sometime to color the occasional pink dinosaur or monster or cowboy? Goodness knows they could use a splash of color. Your unused friend, Pink Crayon. Poor Pink Crayon. Okay, now we've got a crayon that's hiding in the box. Let's see why. Hey, Duncan, it's me, Peach Crayon. Why did you peel off my paper wrapping? Now I'm naked and too embarrassed to leave the crayon box. I don't even have any underwear. How would you like to go to school naked? I need some clothes. Help! Your naked friend, Peach Crayon. Poor Peach Crayon, there's his wrapping. Okay, there's all the letters. Well, poor Duncan just wanted to color, and of course he wanted his crayons to be happy. And that gave him an idea. Let's see what Duncan did. Whoa! He colored a really big picture with lots of different colors. When Duncan showed his teacher his new picture, she gave him an A for coloring. Look, he even did a pink dinosaur to make the pink happy, and there's a black rainbow. And it looks like he didn't use the blue too much, so it gave him a little break. Let's see. And he also got an A+ for creativity. Look at that. There's a rainbow crayon. That'd be pretty neat. All different colors. So the crayons finally got a little break, and they got to be used if they wanted to, and they're all happy in the end. Okay. Well, Mr. Bear asked me to do the Toast in the Toaster song. So I said we would, as long as we had some real toast. Okay, and this isn't real, it's toy toast, but close enough. So at home, you can make toast with your hands by just going like this. And we're gonna rub our toast together and get it warm in the toaster. We're gonna say, there's toast in the toaster. Woo, it went flying. It's getting really hot. Tick, tock, up it pops. Okay, let's do it again. Rub your toast together, get it warm. There's toast in the toaster. It's getting really hot. Tick, tock, up it pops. Very good. Good job, Mr. Bear. Sorry your toast went flying. You can sit over here. And we've got another story. Another one about crayons, only this one is called A Day with No Crayons. So, let's see what happens. No crayons. Liza loved her crayons. She treasured turquoise, adored apricot, and flipped over fuchsia. In fact, coloring made Liza feel tickle-me-pink. Every day, Liza filled her coloring books with aquamarine oceans, royal purple plums, and screamin' green dragons. She papered the walls of her room, the hallway, and the bathroom with the bright, neat pages. And all that coloring she did. Then one day, Liza ran out of paper. Her coloring books were all full, and there wasn't a single sheet of blank paper left. Liza paced her room, unsure of what to do, until she discovered right in front of her one blank wall. Uh-oh. She's got her bucket of crayons and a blank wall. I think this is not a good sign. Here comes her mom. "What on earth are you doing?" her mother cried. "Coloring," said Liza. "Coloring your walls?" her mother exclaimed. Look, she drew all sorts of pictures on her walls. The sun, tree. Not good. Her mother snatched her Liza's crayons bucket and said, "No more crayons for you today." "No crayons," Liza cried. "A whole day with no crayons?" Oh no, what's she gonna do? Liza shuffled to the bathroom, feeling blue. Midnight blue, in fact. "A day with no crayons," she grumbled. She gripped the toothpaste crossly, squirting a blue-green streak across the sink. "Now look at the mess I've made," she mumbled, smearing it toward the drain. There's the toothpaste in the drain, but it's very pretty. Pretty blue. Later, Liza trudged to the park and smacked her foot in a puddle. "A day with no crayons is as brown as mud," she mourned, stomping around the basketball court. Look at all that mud she got all over the court. All that brown. Finally, Liza slumped to the ground and brushed her grass-stained knees. The green wouldn't come off. Liza leaned forward for a closer look. She thought, that's spring green and jungle green mixed. Liza rolled over and found herself eye to eye with a lovely flower. There it is. "Why, that color's not bluebell at all," she said. "It's more like cornflower." She's starting to see colors all around her. Liza yanked a nearby dandelion and crushed it in her fist. When she opened her palm, it glowed. "And this isn't dandelion yellow," she laughed. "It's more like laser lemon." Liza jumped up. "It's even lovelier than laser lemon." Liza mashed dazzling yellow dandelions onto her cuffs, then she squashed deep purple blackberries onto her pockets and rubbed brilliant orange tiger lilies down both legs. Look at her pants, they're very colorful now. Running through the park in her rainbow pants, Liza suddenly saw color everywhere. Look at all that color. There's a red house, green trees, an orange dog. She dragged a muddy stick across the park, sketching a chocolate brown tree trunk with long, stretching branches. She's drawing in the mud. She pressed leaves of meadow green, sea green, and forest green in the mud and squished them onto her tree until it shimmered. Look at that beautiful tree she made. She gathered flower petals and fashioned birds that flew with her across the park, making birds out of flowers. As Liza left the park, she scraped an old red brick along the sidewalk, drawing a desert, some camels, then a whole caravan. And all that drawing on the sidewalk made with a brick. Near her house, Liza gathered gray blue petals and laid them side by side until an ocean swelled. Up the front porch steps, Liza scattered dandelions and rhododendron petals until a sunset glowed. Look at all that. She did that with flower petals. That night, Liza crawled in bed, arranging her pillows around her. Outrageous orchid, she thought. Magic maze, wondermelon. Her mother walked into the room holding Liza's crayons. You can have your crayons back, her mother said, kissing her on the head, if you promise not to color on the walls. Liza eyed the crayons her mother held out to her. She smoothed the blankets on her bed and considered the coloring books spread out on the floor around her. She said, I think I could go one more day with no crayons. And look what she did. She drew a picture all around her bed made out of all sorts of things from her room with all the different colors. You've got skis and a kite. There's her dog and pants and a ball, and it's all a picture of her face. Very creative. She found that she can do art without crayons. Okay, before we do our last story, we should sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So we should get our stars up high in the sky. Get your stars ready to twinkle. You ready to join me? Okay. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Very good. Okay, we are ready for our last story. And it's another drawing story, and this one has a dog in it. It's called Dog Loves Drawing. It looks like here he's using a colored pencil instead of crayons. Dog loves drawing. Dog loved books. He loved books so much that he opened his own bookshop. When he wasn't sharing books with others, Dog was reading them himself. One morning, a package arrived. Inside was a book, but as Dog opened it up, he saw to his surprise that it had no words and no pictures. How curious, he thought. Inside the cover, he noticed a message from his Aunt Dora that read, To my dearest dog, may the lines that you draw open a door to some wonderful adventures. With love from your Aunt Dora. There's his Aunt Dora writing the little note. It was a sketchbook. Dog knew exactly what to do. He pulled out his pens, laid out his brushes, and sharpened his pencils, took a deep breath, and he drew a door. He stepped through it, and on the empty page in front of him, Dog drew a stick man. Hello, said the stick man. Hello, said Dog. I'm not sure what else to draw. Let's doodle, suggested the stick man. That's the best way to come up with ideas. So that is what they did. Look at all that doodling they did. Just doing whatever, trying to come up with some ideas. Then they turned the page together. It would be even more fun if there were others to join in, said Dog. So Dog drew a duck, and the duck drew an owl, and the owl drew a crab, and the crab did some coloring in. Soon they were all spilling onto the next page. What now, they wondered. Let's go on an outing, hooted the owl. So Dog drew a train, and they all climbed aboard. Look at that, they're all on board the train. Duck is at the steering wheel. While the duck was arguing with the others about who should drive, the stick man drew himself a driver's hat. He scribbled some steam. There he is, drawing steam. He's got a little hat on. And they were off. Oh, it looks like the train is going really fast. Poor owl is just barely holding on. The scenery streaked past them. They were traveling so fast. At last, the stick man drew the train to a stop by drawing a stop sign. Dog got out and drew a boat, while the crab scribbled some sea. They climbed aboard, all except the crab, who clung to the side. There he is. The stickman drew some sandwiches because he was very hungry. The owl copied the sandwiches because she was hungry too. And the duck drew an enormous cake because he was the hungriest of them all. Look at that, all those sandwiches and that yummy looking cake. It would be pretty neat if you could draw food and then eat it. Dog colored in a cloudless sky and they drifted. The boat drifted a long way before land appeared. There's the land. They all got out and stretched their legs. The crab drew a parasol to protect himself from the sun. A parasol is like an umbrella. Then the duck decided to draw. Oh, what's he gonna draw? He looks like he's got a bad idea. A monster! And that spoiled everything. Look at that monster. He's got a lot of feet and pointy teeth. The monster chased them all the way around the island and onto the next page. Ah, he's got long claws. He's holding the parasol. Then Dog had a brilliant idea. He quickly drew a door and leaped through it. On the other side, he found himself back in the bookshop. There he is. He turned to the last page of his sketchbook and made sure that all his friends were safe and that the monster could not escape. So he drew a door, locked the monster up. It says, "Keep out, danger." All his friends are happy there. Then he dashed out to buy some more paper. Dog loves drawing. The very next thing he drew was a thank you card for his Aunt Dora. And on his thank you card he wrote, "Dear Aunt Dora, thank you very much for my sketchbook. With love from Dog." There's a duck buried in some sand. And on the last page we get to see a picture of Aunt Dora. She got his thank you note. The end. Everybody lived happily ever after, thankfully. Okay, before we go, we should sing our alphabet song. So I hope you can join me at home. Are we ready? Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Thanks for joining me today. Have a great day, and we will see you next time. Mr. Bear says bye-bye.